Hey guys, this is your friendly neighborhood math teacher coming to you today to do lesson 26. Okay, so first off, we know at the top we need to put our name. So I'm going to do Mrs. B. Remember to put that date in there, and it's on the front board next to the schedule. All right, so our warm-up today, we're multiplying a 1-digit by a 2-digit number. And I'm going to take one of the ways that we have taught you in order to do this. So instead of doing an area model today, I think I kind of want to do that partial product. All right, so I know that 8 times 5, so 8 times 5 ones is going to equal 40. And now we're going to do an 8 times 3, so an 8 times 3 tens is 24, and that's because it's a tens, it has a 0 at the end. So 24, 240. I'm going to add them together. So we have 0 plus 0 is 0. 4 plus 4 is 8. 2 plus 0 is 2. So the product of 8 times 35 is 280. Okay, now we're going to go to B. Again, I'm going to do that partial product. I'm going to do 97 times 3. I need it a little bit further away, so I'm going to do 97 times 3. Our first one, we're going to do that 3 times 7. So 3 times 7 ones. And that equals 21. Now we're going to do the 3 9 tens. So the 3 times 9 tens. And that is 27 with a 0 on the end because it's the tens. We're going to add those together. 1 plus 0 is 1. 7 plus 2 is 9. 2 plus 0 is 2. So 3 times 97 is 291. Okay, now we're to our objective. What are we learning today? I will be able to multiply by 1 digit by 4 digits. Okay, so we can use the generic rectangle as a representative area model for multiplying larger numbers. For example, we have 5, which is that 1-digit number, times 347, which is that 3-digit number. The first factor is the 5, and then we have the 347 expanded into 347. We know that 5 times 300, if we take those zeros off, 5 times 3 is 15. And then because it's 1500s, we need to put those 2 zeros back on there. Now 5 times 40, take that 0 off. 5 times 4 is 20. And because it was 4 tens, we need to put that 0 back on there. So that's 200. 5 times 7, there's no zeros, so we know that that is 35. And then we take the partial products of 1,500, 200, 35. And does it matter if you do it vertically or horizontally? No. So you could do 1,500 500 plus 200 plus 35 if you want to. 0 plus 0 plus 5 would be 5. 0 plus 0 plus 3 is 3. 5 plus 2 is 7. Bring down your comma. And 1. 1 plus 0 would be 1. So does this and this have the same answer? It does. Make sure you check those answers. It'll help you greatly. Mrs. Boynton makes so many mistakes. All right, so we're going to go straight to our A. And today we are doing 1 digit by 3 digits. Our 1 digit is going to be on the side that only has a space for 1. And then our 3-digit number is going to be on the side that has space for 3 sections. So 200 plus 60 plus 3. Remember, expanded form is where we can see the value of every digit. Okay, so 4 times 200, we take those zeros off. 4 times 2 would be 8. And because it's 2 hundreds, we know that needs 2 more zeros. So the first partial product is 800. Now we have 4 times 60. And that is, we're taking that 0 off because it's not, we're going to make it's 6 tens, not just 6. But we're going to take that 0 off for just a second and we'll replace it in a moment. So 4 times 6 is 24. But that 0 needs to come back on because it's not 6, it's 6 tens. So the next partial product is 240. So we have 800 and 240 so far for our partial products. Our last box, we do 4 times 3. There's no zeros to worry about, so we can just do 4 times 3. We can skip count. We can do whatever we need to. So 4 groups of 3. Let's skip count 3s. 3, 6, 9, 12. So the last partial product is 12. Now, guys, we're not done yet because we need to add all of those together. I'm going to come over here on this side and I'm going to do it vertically because it's easier for Mrs. Boynton. 800 plus 240. Now, if you're having a hard time, you can cross it off as soon as you write it. And then you add your 12. Whoop. Okay, 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 4 plus 1 is 5. 8 plus 2 is 10. Now we know that we 1, 2, 3 over, we put our comma. So 4 times 263 is 1,052. I'm going to put a box around it because then I can know that that is my answer. And it helps Mrs. Boynton and Mrs. Bloom figure out where your answer is. So our next question, our B, is a 1-digit by a 3-digit. So the side that has the space for only 1 would have that 1-digit number. Now the side that has 3 spaces will be the expanded form of the 3-digit number. So we have 100 plus 60 plus 5. And now we're going to work each section out. So the 100 times the 500, so 100 times 5. We're going to momentarily take those 2 zeros off. 1 times 5 is 5. And because this is not a 1, it's a 100, or 100, we're going to place those 2 zeros back on there because 100 means 2 zeros. So our first partial product is 500. Now we have this 60 and the 5. So we are going to do 60 times 5 equals, momentarily taking that 0 off, 6 times 5. We can do 6 groups of 5. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And because we took that 0 off, because it's not just a 6, it's 6 tenths, the 0 needs to be replaced. So that second partial product is 300. Good job, guys. Okay, now we have the 5 and we have the 5. So 5 times 5. There's no zeros. So what is 5 groups of 5? Is 25. So our partial products are 500, 300, 25. We're going to add them together. So 0 plus 0 plus 5 is 5. 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 5 plus 3 is 8. So the product of 5 times 165 is or equals to 825. Good job, guys. Now we're going to do our C. I'm going to make it a little bigger just so you guys can really pay attention. Again, we have that 1 digit by the 3 digits. So the side that has space for one number is 7. It's going to have the 1 digit. And then the side that has 3 spots would be the expanded 3-digit number. So we have 800 plus 20 plus 6. So this section has the 800 times 7. It's not just an 8, it's 800s, but we can take those zeros off first really quick. 8 times 7. Let's see, how can we do that? We could do skip counting. We could do many things. So let's look at what we do know. 8 times 5 is 40. And then we need to add 2 more groups of 8. So 40 plus 8 would be 48. 1 more 8 would be 56. So we have 56, but it's not 8, it's 800s. So we need to take those zeros and replace them. And we go over 3 and put our comma. So our first product is 5,600. Now we have 20 times 7. We'll take that 0 off for just a second. 2 times 7, 2 groups of 7 would be 7 and then 14. So 14. But because that is not a 2, it is a 20 or 2 tens, we need to make sure that 0 gets replaced. So our second partial product is 140. And our last one is 7 times 6. 7 times 6 or 6 times 7, whichever you want. Yeah, 7 times 6 equals 42. So that last partial product is 42. We are not done because that's just a partial product. It's not the full product. So we now need to add. We have 5,600, 140, 42. 0 plus 0 plus 2 is 2. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 plus 4 is 8. 6 plus 1 is 7. 5 plus 0 plus 0 is 5. And remember to bring that comma down. So our product for 7 times 826 is 5,782. Go ahead and put a smiley face next to this one. That's a huge number. Okay, let's go to this D. All right, so now we have a 1 digit by a 3 digit. 1 digit by 3 digits. So this 1 digit will be down on the 1 space. And the 3 digits are going to be this one that has enough for 3 expanded numbers. Okay, so we have 641. So we start with the hundreds, and it's 600 plus 40 plus 1. So down here we have 600 times 8 equals, again, you know that those zeros, it's not 6, it's 6 hundreds. So we can take those off momentarily. 8 times 6, now remember we did an 8 times 5 is 40, but 6 would be one more group of 8, so that would be 48. So we have 48, but because it's a 6 hundreds and not just a 6, the 2 zeros needs to be replaced with a comma. All right, that's our first partial product. Now we have 40 times 8 equals 8 times 4, so 4 groups of 8. We can do skip counting, we can use a number line, whatever we need to get there. Let's do 4 groups of 8, so let's count up 8s. 8, 16, 24, 32. So we have 32, and we took off that 0, so now we need to replace it because it's not just a 4, it's 4 tens. This is our second partial product. Now we have 1 times 8. Oh, I don't know if I can do this. 1 group of 8. Just kidding. 1 times 8, we all know, is 8. But because those are all partial products, we need to add those together. So our first partial product is 4,800. Our second partial product is 320. And then 8 is our third partial product. Let's go ahead and add those. 0 plus 0 plus 8 is 8. 0 plus 2 is 2. 8 plus 3, let's see, 8, 9, 10, 11. We have the 1 down here. Bring up the 1, and that is a 5. So the full product, because we've added the partial products together, for 8 times 641 is 5,128. Put a big, nice rectangle around there because we finished that problem. All right, now we have one last problem. It's letter E. Ben does 125 push-ups every day. How many push-ups does Ben do in a 7-day week? So first we're going to figure out the story. We have a guy that's named Ben, and he is doing push-ups, and he's doing push-ups every day. Now, what do we need to know? We know that he does 125 push-ups every single day. But we need to know how many he does in a 7-day period. So we know that it would be 125 groups of 7. 125 groups of 7. But if I don't want to add 125 7 times, I can always do my multiplication with the area model. So let's go ahead, and we need to make our own chart. So if we look at these ones up here, we know we need to do a line down and a line over. We put our multiplication symbol there. Our 1-digit number, which is 7, will be here. Then our 3-digit number is going to be expanded on the top. So we have 100 plus 20 plus 5. I'm going to section off right underneath the addition signs because I know I'm going to need some space. All right. Our first section is 100 times 7. We can take those zeros off. 1 times 7, that's not very tricky, is 7. And then we know that that's not a 1, it's a 100. So we need to place those 2 zeros back on there before to represent the hundreds place. So we go ahead, and that is the first partial product. Our second section is 20 times 7. We know we can take that 0 off. 2 times 7 would be 14. We know that that is not a 2, it is a 20 or 2 tens, so the 0 needs to be replaced. The second partial product is 140. All right, our last section is 5 times 7. 5 groups of 7. Well, let's count up 7. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 35. So this would equal 35. Now, guys, are we done? No, because we have 3 partial products. And in order to get it to a full product, we need to add them together. So our first one is 700. Our next one is 140. And our third one is 35. When we add those together, we'll get the full product. So 0 plus 0 is 5. 0 plus 4 is 4. 4 plus 3 is 7. 7 plus 1 is 8. So what does the 875 represent? 875 represents 875 push-ups each week. Ooh, that is a lot of push-ups. Okay, guys. Now on the back side, that is what you're going to do independently. Work it out really well, show your work, and then you can go to quizzes and put in your answers and see if you got them correct. Remember, you're loved. You've got grit. We don't quit. Have a good day. Bye-bye.